Kyogre and Groudon, the two legendary Pokemon that were featured in their respective versions of Gen 3, Ruby and Sapphire, are both available to be caught in Pokémon Emerald. Now, whether or not you know which one you're going to be running into is kind of random. You don't actually know. If you saw my last video on how to catch these guys, you'll notice that I started the video off by not really knowing which one I was going to encounter first. And that's because the way the game has framed up this instant or in-game event to catch these two, you start off kind of just randomly figuring it out. So if you didn't see that video, I'll explain kind of from the beginning a little bit on how to do this, but to go ahead and initiate your chance at catching one of these two legendaries for me, it's guaranteed to be Groudon, and I'll explain why. Start off in Fortree City, and then go west, go south, and then head west again over to the Weather Institute. In my video where I caught Kyogre, you'll note that I didn't actually know which one I was going to be encountering because it's random, and the reason being is because after you go to the Weather Institute and you talk to the guy on the second floor, he'll let you know of some unique weather patterns that are happening around a certain route or location in Hoenn. Based on the clue he gives you of what sort of weather pattern indicates which one you're going to run into. So he's like, yo, rain is happening over in route, I think it was 105. So I was like, okay, so rain is happening. That means that it's going to be a situation where I'm going to be running into Kyogre. Now, because I've already caught Kyogre, I'm going to end up speaking to him, and he's going to tell me that there is a drought happening on a certain route, and that means that I have to catch Groudon. Now, they do appear at level 70, so before I talk to him to initiate this, because once I talk to him and he tells me the clue, I only have a limited amount of time before that particular, weather pattern disappears, and I have to come talk to him again, and then he'd tell me the weather pattern moved, and I have to go someplace else in order to try and find the location or entrance to the cave in which the Pokemon I'm going after is located. In this case, it's Terra Cave, where Groudon is. So first, let's lay out some things that you should probably know ahead of time. Groudon's at level 70, so prepare to have a really tough fight on your hands if you're not using your Master Ball. You need to have a bunch of Ultra Balls and some really strong Pokemon, and any Pokemon that know any status-changing moves that would impact Groudon, so keep that in mind. You might end up needing some HMs, even though Groudon is specifically a sort of like a ground land type Pokemon. You might end up having to travel across the water to get to the spot in which the cave has spawned. So keep that in mind, that you need to have HM heavy and capable Pokemon with you, as well as strong ones. Okay. For Groudon, I feel like you might end up needing Surf, possibly Rock Smash. It all depends. I don't think you need anything inside the cave necessarily, but just keep in mind that if you do, it's better to have them and not need them. So anyway, and then also when you go to the cave, you're going to want to make sure that you have things like Repel for the journey there, as well as the cave, so you can avoid any random encounters, in addition to possibly an escape rope, so that way you can get out of the cave very quickly. It's not a difficult cave, I don't think there's any puzzles in there, but just to save a little bit of time, spend the money, get an escape rope, and pop on out of there. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to this guy and see what he has to say. I track weather patterns all over the Hoenn region. Presently, a drought has been recorded in Route 114. Could that mean somewhere near Route 114? Now, the location of where the legendary Pokemon you're going after, whether it's Groudon or Kyogre, obviously this one's Groudon, the location is going to have some interesting effects. So for Kyogre, when you're looking for him, you're going to hear his cry, his battle cry specifically, as well as a little bit of some blinking blinking light. You'll know that you're in the area. It's hard to miss the spot in which you need to go. Plus, not only that, but he said it's Route 114, so it's the whole route. The whole route is that way, which means our limited time to find him means we have to search for the whole route. So let's go ahead and take a look. I think Route 104, 115, so it should be around here somewhere, 114. So we're going to go to Fall Arbor Town. We're going to fly there, and then we're going to head off to the west and south in whatever direction we need to go ahead and go down towards this. This is going to be kind of tricky, though. I wonder, I don't think you can go south here. Yeah, it's all trees. So we might actually have to go... Every step I take is a bit of a waste of time. Okay, here we go. So going directly west, you're going to notice that everything is blinking right now, letting you know that you're in the drought zone. Okay, so you just got to look around and try to find a cave entrance. Hopefully I don't run into any battles, but if I do, I'll just cut them out. So we got to look around and make sure. I'm going to go ahead and pop my Repel, just because I'm going to surf and see if the entrance is on the other side of this water area. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Now, even though this video is instructional, keep in mind that your experience is not going to be the same as mine. It's just not a guarantee. So we're going to look around, and we're going to try and find a cave opening someplace. I'm going to take a look on top of that waterfall. I don't think it's up there, but let's go ahead and check anyway. My Kyogre knows pretty much all the water HMs. So we're going to take a look and see if it's up here. Nope, it's just that Pokeball. Might as well grab that. Rare candy, sure, why not? Now we don't exactly know where it's going to be. Now, let's say hypothetically that I'm looking around on Route 114 and I can't find the Groudon Cave or the Terra Cave where Groudon is located. Let's say that happens. I think it is theoretically possible that you could talk to the Weather Institute guy again, and he may tell you that Route 114 is, again, where you can find Groudon. So if that's the case, I can't answer whether or not the cave spawn location is in the exact same spot. I assume it will be, because these games aren't that complex, but I can't promise you that. So let's go ahead and look around. And I guess I bring this up because I'm not 100% certain if... you know what? I'm going to go down here. If I can look up online and be like, hey, where exactly is this cave entrance? But it looks like it would be over here. It might... maybe it's there. We'll find out. Well, there's stairs leading up to it, so I'm assuming that's just the normal cave that's always here. Let me check. This isn't Terra Cave, is it? It is! Boom! There you go. Okay, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect stairs leading me directly into where this is located. So we're going to walk around in here. I've got my repel on, so we're good. I'm just going to walk around and see. Now, Terra Cave... oh, of course it wears off. I'm going to use it again. Terra Cave is going to be the same every time you're in it. Alright? So just keep in mind that if for whatever reason you run into Terra Cave, something happens, you're knocked out, or whatever the situation looks like, you knock out Groudon. If you have to go back into Terra Cave, it'll be the same exact style. Now, I mentioned this as well with Kyogre, but also to keep in mind, if you walk directly in front, in line with either Kyogre or Groudon, they will initiate contact with you like a trainer battle and walk up to you. You don't hit a button or anything to get them to come close to you. So if you are worried that you're going to knock him out, or if you're worried you're not going to catch him for whatever reason, save it right here first. Okay, again, level 70. Make sure that you've got status-changing moves in your party. Make sure that you've got an escape rope to get out of here very quickly. You've got a mountain of Ultra Balls, etc., etc. I think that stuff should be pretty self-explanatory, but it's better to tell you in case you guys are like, you didn't say that in the video. All right. So Groudon shows up, and Bob's your uncle. A level 70 interaction with him. Now, I mentioned before that these locations for where they're at can sometimes move if you're not quick enough. Gotta be honest, I have never taken so much time that I wasn't able to find the cave location. So don't panic about that. It's not like extremely strict. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my Master Ball on this. I have 27 Ultra Balls, but I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna catch him. Okay? The quickest way to catch Groudon is just to have your Master Ball. But some of you guys may have used it on another Pokemon, which is fine. Just make sure that you have the right Pokeballs for, being able to catch him. Alright, so Groudon's data was added to the Pokedex 383. Groudon has appeared in mythology as a creator of the land. It sleeps in magma underground and is said to make volcanoes erupt on awakening. Okay, nickname, nah, we're good. He should be in my party. Let's go ahead and take a look at him and see what he's got. Level 70, 232 of 232 HP. Summary, ability, Drought, Summon Sunlight in Battle, Timid Nature, met at level 70. Now, I don't know anything about whether or not these are shiny locked. I'm assuming that they're probably locked to not be shiny. But you could at least farm it if you wanted to get a different nature as well. So if you don't like Timid, if that doesn't fit your playstyle and Groudon happens to be your favorite Pokemon, just start over and just keep doing it until you get the right one. Alright, and then we're looking at Fire Blast, nice, Rest, Fissure, and Solar Beam. A variety of unique attacks. Very nice. Cool. Well, there you go. Hopefully that helped in some way with your journey in trying to catch Groudon. I don't know if you're guaranteed to run into Kyogre for the first time when you talk to the weather guy, or if it's Groudon. I think it's all random. Kyogre was my first time. Groudon is my second interaction, but they're pretty easy to find. Kyogre's a little bit harder because you have to dive underwater, so you're going to need Surf and Dive for sure. But nonetheless, there you go. Groudon has been captured, and now you have an idea as to what your experience would be like. But as a reminder, it's not a guarantee that you're going to run into the exact same route situation where I was. It is random every single time. So no player is going to have an identical experience, more or less. Or at least not guaranteed to have an identical experience. But anyway, enough of all that. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time when we continue our Pokemon playthrough. We still have the Reggie Trio to go for Legendaries. And then I think that might be the end of our Emerald playthrough. But anyway, thanks again. Be safe, and I will see you guys next time when we continue on our journey in Hoenn. Alright, later.